Let's now start off this broadcast by telling you about some of the fallout of the Russia-Ukraine conflict. Oil prices continue to surge as Western allies of Ukraine battled with Russia over oil imports. In the latest coming in, Russia has now threatened to close its main gas pipeline to Germany via the Nord Stream 1 pipeline, in retaliation for the halt on Nord Stream 2 pipeline project. Remember, all this happened after Russia mounted its attack on Ukraine. Russia has also warned that rejecting Russian oil would have catastrophic consequences, causing prices to more than double to $300 a barrel. This threat comes as the United States explores the possibility of a potential ban with its allies as another way to punish Russia for invading Ukraine. US President Joe Biden spoke to the leaders of France, Germany and Britain as he pushed for their support on this ban. But Germany and the Netherlands have already rejected such a plan. Meanwhile, the European Union gets about 40% of its gas and 30% of its oil from Russia and has no easy substitute if supplies are disrupted. Russia is the world's top producer of natural gas and the second top producer of crude oil, and any move to sanction its energy industry would then badly damage its own economy because of the global economy and the fears of a fallout imposed by the possible embargo, which drove Brent crude oil to $139 a barrel at one point on Monday, its highest level for almost 14 years. Reports further suggest that the US might be willing to move ahead without their Western allies, though no decision has been made on this move yet. The US also gets about 3% of its oil from Russia. The White House said that it was in conversation currently with large oil producers and suppliers around the world about how to essentially mitigate the impact. Now, for more details about what's happening on Ukraine on ground as of now, joining us live from Ukraine is Dr. Lada El-Roslicki. She's the founder of Black Trident Defense and Security Consulting Group. Doctor, thank you so much for joining us. Now, my first question to you before we delve into the other aspects of this conflict is, what is currently happening in Ukraine at this point? Are the troops sort of worried about the Russian advance at this point?
The number one thing that the Ukrainians are worried about is the lack of cooperation in closing Ukraine's airspace. Vacuum bombs, cluster bombs, rockets are being used to attack Ukrainian civilian infrastructure. The embassy of Albania has been hit. So the feeling on the ground is really like protect our skies. Really on the ground, the reports are coming in that around 12,000 Ukrainian soldiers have been neutralized in one way or another. So the spirit of the warriors and the defenders of democracy and freedom in Ukraine, so the Ukrainians, is very strong. People are tired, as you may imagine, and we have a major humanitarian crisis budding, plus the refugee crisis. So it's very tense, very exhausting, but Ukraine will overcome. The feeling that the enemy shall be done away with is very strong here in Ukraine.
WION World is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news updates on the move.